I put my lifetime in between the paper's lines. Real hip-hop.
Yo, what's good? Recording this on a Tuesday.
Hey.
Part 2 though, well, 0.5.
37.5.
37.5 of what I think is turning out to be a dope podcast, Some Dude Podcast with myself, Mike B.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you rate, like, subscribe the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. So shouts out to everybody that's been tuning in. Shouts out to my man Sour Dutch. He left a comment, you know what I'm saying, on the joint. So y'all keep it going and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to go listen to Some Dude Pod. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Some Dude Pod. Make sure you go to the group, the Facebook group. Get involved in the conversation. Some Dude Pod. We out here, fam.
Hey, episode 37.5. We call it the 37.5 because, you know, we record on Sundays and we had a little technical difficulties with the audio, so we kind of like canned the show, and you know, in good reason. You know, things happen for a reason. You know, look how God works. We get to actually talk about some content after, you know, the airing of the Last Dance documentary, and also Teddy Riley and Babyface got it on Instagram yesterday finally. So, you know, actually we're able to actually talk about everything that we need to talk about. We were able to discuss some of those things on the canned version of Some Dude Pod episode 37, which we did record. Well, maybe one day, you know, once we really like blow up, we might give y'all some of that audio. We'll see.
Yeah, because I kept it.
Yeah, so you know, but we here now. You know, we recording on a Tuesday. It's all good. You know, it's whatever. We quarantined, so we ain't got shit to do.
Ain't got shit to do. So
yeah,
this is not gonna be as long as some of our other podcasts. Gonna keep it short because when we talked on Sunday,
yeah.
It was the fail of the century.
Yeah,
it was Babyface. Teddy Riley Part 1. Yeah. So just like we had audio issues, they did too.
Teddy Riley did. He haunted us.
Yeah.
Because we was clowning his ass.
Dead ass. Clown so much that on Sunday after the pod, they talked about, you know, the redo. The Part 2. Monday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So we really couldn't release that shit. And
right.
Then it happens on a Monday.
Right.
But then we also get to talk about what is shaping up to be the greatest documentary of all time. But I want to start there because that happened Saturday.
Okay.
So The Last Dance, the documentary on the Sunday, excuse me. The Last Dance, the documentary on the 1997-1998 Chicago Bulls. The episodes, parts 1 and 2 was released. They're going to take up our Sundays until what? The middle of May. I'm happy about that.
Me too.
Let me ask you a question before I even get to the doc part, though.
Yeah.
What is the Sunday programming that you made sure that you was ready for when you were younger?
On Sunday? Shit, bang. You be throwing the questions on the spot. What used to come on Sundays? I mean, Sunday Night Football, we used to always want to be ready for that type of shit. Oh, fuck, yo. What you got on Sundays? Maybe if you tell me what you have, then I could feed off of it. I'm trying to think about what comes on Sundays minus football. I mean, football. Obviously we always gear up for football, but I'm trying to figure out what program came on TV that we watched on Sundays. What? I can't think of anything back in the day, dang.
The Wonder Years was the first show that came to mind.
Okay, see, I loved Wonder Years, but I don't remember when that shit I don't remember what days that came on. I didn't know Wonder Years came on Sunday. So
it did.
Wonder Years was my shit though.
It did come on Sundays for a while. They had moved it to Monday for like towards the end.
Okay.
But that was the That was the first one that came to mind.
Okay.
Like those Sunday shows, but and then like they used to do like the movie. So they had like a movie on Sunday.
Okay.
So like, you know, the pops would go to the store, and he'd get like TV dinners.
Yeah.
That's how old. I don't even know if they sell TV dinners no more.
Yeah, they got plenty of TV.
They got the Swanson, Joe.
I don't know if they got Swanson. You know, they got other ones now like Marie Callender.
The Kid Cuisine.
Shit, they don't still sell those no more, but they still do TV dinners, man. TV
They don't do
dinners
Kid Cuisine? Man.
Nah, that's still a thing though, but not those though.
What's that?
But yeah, I see that, you know, our Sundays are now geared up for this.
Yeah.
This is what our Sundays are for the next 5 weeks or 4 weeks now.
So episode 1.
Yep.
Focused on Mike. Mm-hmm. His relationship with the front office. Mm-hmm. They went back to the past when he got drafted. Mm-hmm. What was some of the revelations for you? Like, damn, I didn't know this shit.
I could say that, like I've been thinking about this since I watched it, and going back to 97, 98, like everything that happened as far as like the front office is concerned. I mean, this was 97, 98. I was 11 years old when this dropped. What does an 11-year-old know about the front office, GMs, and all that shit like that? The only thing that I remember, what I remembered about that Bulls team in 97, 98 is Mike, Scotty, you know, Rodman, Phil, you know, Johnny Red Kerr, Norm Van Leer calling the games and shit. You know, this is what I remember as a child. The front office shit, everything that I'm watching. I mean, yeah, once I got older, you know, and then more knowledge about sports, we've heard the stories about, you know, Jay Krause and how the team got broken up and everything like that. But now it's my first look at actually in depth of how this shit actually went down. And that's the reason why I was so excited about it in the first place. Seeing how Scotty demanded a trade in the, like, literally demanding a trade. Him pretty much, like, cursing out, having pretty much, you know, words with the GM on like the team buses and shit. Like, this is shit that I wasn't really aware of all of this stuff. Like, I didn't know about that. And then you kind of like go back into like Mike's early years, which we've had discussions about Mike's early years, like in the past previous episodes, and like things that you already brought up, like, you know, the rivalry with the Bucks,
man,
Mike going crazy, you know.
Shout out to Chris Shields.
Yeah, no doubt. So, you know, watching that and seeing that, you know what I'm saying. And Mike's second season, I mean, I already knew Mike, you know, broke his foot and everything like that, but I didn't know that Mike was held to a time restriction once he actually came back. I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know. I didn't know that, like, you know, he had to play 7 minutes in the first half, play 7 minutes in the second half, and that if, you know, the coach went over any of that, he was losing his job. Because I wasn't aware that, you know, teams was trying to, you know, they were trying to can the season. And Mike, like, yo, load management, what is this? Like, we're not doing this now, you know. So it's a good.
But pause. You know why, right? The lottery is now in the league.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
In 1985, the year after Mike, was the first year of the lottery.
So the Bulls are trying to get in on that shit.
Right.
They trying to get in on that shit early.
Niggas is like, shit, maybe it's a chance. Maybe it's a chance we could get Patrick Ewing. Think about it. If they get... Now, I'm not saying that this would happen. But it left me something to think about.
Yeah.
If the Bulls lose and they get into the lottery,
if John Paxson don't hit that shot,
and I'm gonna go to the 1985 draft, because this is revisionist history. Nonetheless, it's something to ponder. So 1985 NBA draft. Because Michael Jordan breaks his foot in 85-86, right?
It was 85-86 in the third game.
Yep.
So his second season in the league.
So let me give you the picks.
Whoa. Okay, no, my fault, bang. I'm still looking at my email. You tripping.
Hey.
That's how they doing it?
Hey.
Wow. Go ahead. Continue, though.
So I'm not for sure what the lottery, how many teams was in the lottery.
Yeah.
So let me go there too, because I want to make sure that we do this accurate. If we're gonna do revisionist history here, we gonna do it right. We are not going to falsehood it. And you do know about the conspiracy, right?
What conspiracy?
The draft lottery conspiracy. So
school me on that.
You don't know that? Many believe that the NBA rigged the 1985 lottery for the Knicks.
Nah, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, look it up. Like,
okay.
Look at, like, I think the Bleacher Report even got it was 7 non-playoff teams. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure we get that right.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor, there's been a thought, and that has been in league circles for years, that the NBA and David Stern rigged the draft lottery for the Knicks. But some people believe that they used they basically froze the Knicks board, their card or whatever, so they knew when to pick the Knicks when they grab it out of the joint. The reason why is because they needed Patrick Ewing in New York. Patrick Ewing at the time was probably thought of as one of the best college players of all time, at least the best college prospect since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
So you needed him in the big market. The Knicks was failing. You needed him to be in the big market to save that market. And then to make money, because in the 80s, while you had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and then you had a great rookie year from players like Akeem at the time, not Hakeem, but Akeem Olajuwon, and Michael Jordan and others. The league was still on tape delay in the finals. It was still known as a drug league and all of that stuff. So yeah, it was definitely a lot around it. So you had to make sure. That you get a star player in that market. So, and it's what's funny about this is there are even NBA executives that was like, oh man, shit, y'all know the Knicks getting that first pick. And if you look at, and I think it was the owner for the Atlanta Hawks that specifically said he know where it's going. So, Mike, I'm going to give you the lottery teams. And then I'm going to ask you a question. They said the first 7 teams, right?
Okay.
The first 7 teams in the draft lottery were the Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, Los Angeles Clippers, Seattle Supersonics, Atlanta Hawks, Sacramento Kings, and the Golden State Warriors. So let me ask you this question. Do you believe, and there's only 7 teams now, based off of what you see, would you have, and based off of what you know, they want people in big markets. And I've not told you the players that got drafted yet. That's the other part. If you were the Bulls, in hindsight, are you tanking?
Knowing what I know, the teams that's in the lottery, that was in the lottery.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So
tanking.
pause. This is one to let everybody know. First, where the Bulls picked, who they drafted, who they traded for. The Bulls, with the 11th pick, drafted Keith Lee, center, Memphis State.
Okay.
Not to be confused with North America, WWE NXT North American champion Keith Lee.
Okay.
They traded Keith Lee his draft rights for the draft rights of Charles Oakley.
Okay.
So basically, in layman's terms, the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted Charles Oakley for the Bulls out of Virginia Union.
Okay.
Now let me tell you the players that was picked in the lottery, the first ever lottery of the NBA draft. And then I'm going to ask you a question again. With the number 1 pick, the New York Knicks select Patrick Ewing. The number 2 pick, the Indiana Pacers select Wayman Tisdale.
Okay.
With the number 3 pick, the Clippers select Benoit Benjamin.
Okay.
Number 4 pick, the Seattle Supersonics select Xavier McDaniel.
Okay.
With the number 5 pick, the Atlanta Hawks select John Concact.
Okay.
With the number 6 pick, the Sacramento Kings select eventual Chicago Bull on that team, Joe Klein. Okay. And with the last pick in the lottery, the Golden State Warriors select Chris Mullin.
Okay.
Now, my first question to you is, knowing who's the players in that draft, and especially since the majority of these people are centers, this is a big man league, are you tanking, knowing that the Bulls end up getting Charles Oakley?
To get a...
It's 2 Hall of Famers in here.
I'm about to say 2 Hall of Famers. You and get Chris Mullin. You know. Shit, man. I mean, they eventually traded Oakley, so I mean, yeah, I probably.
But you traded Oakley for a center.
Yeah.
That center could have been Patrick Ewing.
That center could have been Patrick Ewing
In the lottery.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, Joe. Niggas got to go for. Let's look at it this way, bro. If they didn't tank, we didn't get to see Mike score 63. But
I mean, I know it's a lot of variables to this.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
looking
at the players,
looking at the
that's
players
in the lottery,
right?
You got Patrick Ewing and Chris Mullin, who's our eventual Hall of Famers,
who are possible. Yeah, they're in the lottery, and bro.
And they were impactful as soon as they took the court.
Yeah, I would have tanked to potentially try to get those 2.
Do you want to know since the Cavs basically selected Charles Oakley for the Bulls, we don't have to go to pick 11 or pick 10. Well, pick 10, excuse me, because that's Ed Pinckney. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to know who the 8th pick of the draft was?
After the lottery. Yeah, who that?
Detlef Shrimp.
Okay.
Who was impactful.
Definitely.
On the Dallas Mavericks.
Yep.
When he got drafted. So I'm going to ask you this question again. Do you blame, knowing who were the first couple of picks, do you blame Jerry Krause
for wanting to
for
tank?
Thinking about tanking?
No, not at all. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. No. Absolutely not. I mean, that's a GM's mind state. You know, he's looking at it from a business.
Looking at assets.
He's looking at assets. He's looking how to make his team better. You can already know you're gonna play Boston in the first round. You're gonna get smoked. You know, and then on top of that, they're trying to save Mike from doing any possible damage to his foot. So, no, I don't blame Jerry Krause at all. Now, I don't blame Michael Jordan for feeling the way he feels.
Oh no, yeah, that's why.
Well.
That's why I'm not even gonna ask that question, because I don't blame Mike.
Yeah, I don't blame Mike. I don't blame Jerry Krause at all.
Yeah,
I blame John Paxton, because John Paxton should have been a hero.
I mean, hey. The variable is we never see 63. Mike never becomes what he is.
Exactly.
That's the variable, so we know that. We're just saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just talking about Krause. Because when I saw that part, I was like, oh, shit. And I actually tweeted out and put on Facebook, fuck them niggas. Michael Jordan since 1986. Because from what it seems to me, trust was broken in 1986 when he broke his foot.
Oh, yeah.
Because they even entertained the thought of tanking. But then I have to say, man, who was in that goddamn draft? And I was like, wait a minute. That's the Patrick Ewing draft. If this is 1985, 1986...
Jay Krause was on to something.
He's on to something. This is... Jay Krause might be the first motherfucker who tried to tank for a lottery pick. I'm just saying. This is not a... I'm not caping for him. Yeah. What I'm saying is that...
I understand what you said. Yeah.
Like, shit, niggas was tanking in 1985, huh? Okay. They was like, oh, what's this new shit called the lottery? Oh, we in that bitch. But then I was like, let me look at the players, because I tend to forget this draft. And I'm going to tell you why we kind of shouldn't forget this draft. Because these are some of the players who was picked in this draft. I already talked about Patrick Ewing. Wayman Tisdale was a quality power forward for years. Benoit Benjamin, whatever. Xavier McDaniel is known for choking niggas. But for those who might be under a rock, let me give you the points per game until he got till 1991 for Xavier McDaniel. Power forward. Seattle. Rookie year, 17.1. 86-87, 23 a game. 87-88, 21 points per game. 88-89, 20. 89-90, 21. He got traded to Phoenix. He averaged 18.8. At one point, I still remember, I can't remember who the third player was, but I think Xavier McDaniel, Dr. Tom Chambers, and somebody else. But they were the first trio to score 20 points a game in like a years or whatever. But anyway, Xavier McDaniel was known for choking niggas. But Xavier McDaniel was cold, ladies and gentlemen. He was a bucket.
Yep.
John Concat, yeah. Joe Klein, yeah. But then you got Chris Mullin, ladies and gentlemen. Hall of Fame, Chris Mullin. A bucket, Chris Mullin. And then you got that little shrimp. But also who was in this draft? Karl Malone. The Bulls could have had Karl Malone, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yes. Karl Malone was the 13th pick in that draft.
Damn.
Bill Wennington eventually ended up coming to the Bulls, you know. But guess who was the 18th pick? They didn't need him, but guess who was the 18th pick? Joe Dumars. Guess who was the 23rd pick? AC Green.
That's crazy.
Guess who was the 24th pick? Terry Porter.
That's crazy.
Very serviceable.
That's crazy.
Guess who was a second round pick in this draft?
Who that?
Manute Bol.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hell, if we want to go deep in the heart of NBA players, guess who was the 45th pick in the second round in the whole draft? Picked right before the Bulls by Cleveland. John Hot Rod Williams.
Okay.
Oh, guess who was the last pick in the 1985 NBA draft? Gerald Wilkins.
Okay. Solid.
I mean, it ain't the motherfucking 1984 draft. But just knowing there's some players that the Bulls could have drafted. Imagine a team with Karl Malone and
Mike.
You're not trading Karl Malone for, I mean, even at the time the trade happened. You're not trading Karl Malone for Bill Cartwright.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Now, this is revisionist history. This is hindsight. So we know. We get it. All I'm saying is that even then, you had players that was buckets.
Yeah.
That was drafted in front. And like, here's the funny thing. For his first year at Utah, Karl Malone averaged 15.
Solid.
He really became a bucket in the 89-90 season where he averaged 31 a game.
That's when he got John Stockton.
Right? Well, John Stockton was there first.
Josh Heisman was right.
Yeah, he was drafted in '84.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, hey man, all I'm just saying, like Karl Malone didn't average under 20 until what? That year with the Lakers. There's only 2 years that he averaged under 20, and that was the first year and his last year. Mm-hmm. So he was a bucket, man. All I'm saying is, I don't think Jerry Krause was all the way wrong.
I ain't mad at Jerry Krause.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad.
Here's something else that I learned. Mm-hmm. The Chicago Bulls traveling cocaine circus.
Yeah, that was a good one right there. I think that would caught everybody off guard.
Now,
that would. I'm almost starting to low key, bro. When Mike said, "Yeah, y'all do y'all thing," I low key don't believe him.
Nah, he got his dick sucked. Mike got his dick sucked.
Mike, you got some action in that room, goddammit. You ain't gonna just sit here and tell me.
Here's the only caveat here. Mm-hmm. Mike was a rookie and he was lame as fuck. Mm-hmm. He was like, fuck, Dolores and James is his parents. Mm-hmm. They look like them. When Dolores called James Jordan Mr. Jordan, I said, shit, I believe Mike didn't do shit in that room but get his dick sucked. Mm-hmm. But when niggas brought out the crack and the cocaine, he was like, oh shit, I'm out.
Yeah, Mike probably said, I'm head out.
I'm head out. I'm off for getting my dick sucked, but Orlando, mm-hmm. You got that, man. Mm-hmm. You got that. But then he probably was like, damn, y'all niggas ain't trying to fuck. Y'all niggas ain't doing cocaine. Like, come on, bro. We got a game. Get your dick sucked. I got my dick sucked by many white bitches in North Carolina. Come on. Like, that would look. Mm-hmm. I saw a nigga do mushrooms and I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Mm-hmm. And I know niggas who swear by mushrooms. I saw a nigga do that shit and I was like, oh, I don't like that reaction. I'm out. Yeah. I'll wait for this Locks concert. There. I will wait outside the double door, nigga. I'll wait.
The Cocaine Bulls. Ain't that something?
The cocaine traveling circus. The Chicago Bulls cocaine traveling circus. Yeah. Like, it was like, what's Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars? Shots out, was that Billy D. Williams or Richard Pryor, one of them. But yeah, I was like, shit. Mm-hmm. Damn, they was doing it that bad, fam? Yeah. Now, I want to shout somebody out. Shouts out to Landon. I want to shout somebody out in the pod real quick. I want to shout out Sean Davis. Mm-hmm. Sean Davis, for the last couple of months, has been on the tirade, Mike. Mm-hmm. And I think his tirade was proven because I'm about to talk about the other thing that I learned. But before that, I want to say this. Mm-hmm. In the 70s, even though I wasn't born, I know how big Chicago basketball, high school basketball was in the 70s. Mm-hmm. I also know that the Bulls had players like Artis Gilmore. They had Jerry Sloan. They had Norm Van Leer. A couple of times they went to they was in the Western Conference then. So they went to the Western Conference semifinals. Like, they was one of the toughest teams. Johnny Red Kerr was the first coach. I don't think he was the coach then, but while people fucked with the Bulls, I know that even high school basketball was bigger than the Bulls in the 70s. But nonetheless, basketball was lit all the way around. Mm-hmm. But I do know that it was this period in the 80s where shit just sucked. Mm-hmm. I did not know shit just sucked, and it was a cocaine circus around it that the league knew about. I was like, oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. I also know around that time, niggas didn't give a fuck about the Bulls. What I also didn't know is that the Chicago Sting, an indoor soccer team, outdrew the Chicago fucking Bulls in the 80s. Now, Mike, I'm not going to even ask you how familiar you are with the Chicago Sting, because I know you ain't. Not. But let me let you know the only reason why I am acquainted with the Chicago Sting. Mm-hmm. Shouts out to my cousin Majan.
Okay.
So my cousin stayed on Mayfield. Majan is like my big brother. He's not just like my cousin. He's like my big brother. Uh-huh. I used to want to go spend the night over my auntie Sharon's house all the fucking time. Uh-huh. And I used to, because Auntie Sharon was like my grandmother. My mother's mother died when I was 3 months old. So she's the closest to a grandmother I ever had. Mm-hmm. Spend the night over Markey house. I see a poster on his wall. Say Chicago Sting. Never asked no questions. I never really paid attention to it. I just always wondered all my fucking life who the fuck the Chicago Sting was. I did not know until a couple of years ago that these motherfuckers was an indoor soccer team and they was very popular. And when I found out, I was like, oh, that's them niggas?
Yeah.
I seen that fucking poster on my cousin wall. I never knew who the fuck that was. It was a poster of the Chicago Sting and Leonard versus Hagler. Now, I knew who the fuck that was.
Yeah.
I never knew what the Chicago Sting was. But then I found out last night that they outdrew the fucking Bulls in the 80s. The fuck?
It wasn't crazy for basketball in the shot at that time.
Shit. Michael. And then
Yeah.
if you watch the Benji doc,
Yep,
you will
I
know
see.
that like they put Ben Wilson on the same pedestal as Michael Jordan. So even in the 80s, like you knew who was like you knew that the Bulls was just gaining popularity if you looked at that doc. But the cocaine and the Chicago Sting, that shit shocked the fuck out of me. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that they showed for part 1 and part 2, like we've seen, we knew, but like I said, it's more of everything that they're giving us with the doc now is more in depth, giving us more details, And obviously we get to see all the unseen footage of the actual 97, 98 season. We get to see them go to Paris. We get to see the behind the scenes footage of that and everything like that. So that's dope in that sense. What's something else that I didn't really know about? I'm trying to figure out what it was. I gotta go.
While you figure that out, I'm gonna tell you what I miss.
Yeah.
The McDonald's basketball championships.
Oh yeah.
I miss that shit. See the Bulls go against like Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Or some shit like I wish they still had the McDonald's championship, and they take the.
That's the thing that's in Paris. That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what that was. So you might not
Yeah.
be familiar. Are you familiar with the McDonald's Open? Okay.
No.
And you could. I suggest you Google this.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the McDonald's Open, there would be no players, and it would not be NBA players on the Dream Team.
Okay.
Because to my recollection, David Stern got with FIBA, and this was after the 1988 U.S. basketball Olympics debacle, where David Robinson, Mitch Richmond, and the U. I don't know where I cut off at, but this is when
with the unit.
Yeah, David Robinson, Mitch Richmond, and the 1988 Olympic team, they lost. Well, they won the bronze medal in the Olympics. So then and there, they was like, "Nah, we need pro players here because our college players and the McDonald's Open helped open up the door for first the globalization for the NBA."
Right.
But also to have NBA players, to have NBA players in the Olympics. So the McDonald's championships, let me get the exact dates, but it started in 1987. The and of course USA never lost this shit. The Milwaukee Bucks was the first McDonald's Open champion. They went against the Soviet Union and some team in Italy, I believe. 1988 was the Boston Celtics. They defeated Real Madrid, Yugoslavia, and I think Dino Radja and Tony Kukoc are on those teams. The Denver Nuggets in 1989, they beat some Croatian team or whatever, I think. Let me click on this because split Croatia.
Yeah.
So that's when Croatia split. What Yugoslavia Croatia split or whatever. The Knicks won in 1990. The Lakers won in 91. Then they start doing it in every 2 years. So
I was about to say, do they do it with the team that wins the championship?
Yes. Well, no. The only team that went, I think it was only one team that went after winning the championship. No, two. No, excuse me, three. The last three. I'm actually going to it. Phoenix, they lost to the Bulls but they end up going to Real Madrid. I mean, going to the McDonald's Open. They won it, and then Houston, the Bulls, and San Antonio. Houston won in 1995 the NBA championship. Then, of course, they go over. Then the Bulls, Michael Jordan, San Antonio Spurs, and then they stopped it.
Okay.
And just giving you their MVPs: Terry Cummings, Larry Bird, Walter Davis. That's a name for people. Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Mike, and Tim Duncan.
Okay.
I loved it because you got to see the teams, not like a cornucopia of players. The teams go overseas to play the best teams in the world.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, that was the precursor to the Olympics. So when I saw that, I was like, damn, I miss it. But Mike, as you saw, was like, fuck this shit.
Like, this shit don't count.
This shit don't count.
I mean, yeah, shout out to y'all for winning y'all first, championship or whatever like that, but this ain't shit.
This ain't shit.
Matter of fact, Phil, you could keep the trophy.
Right. Right. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Get this shit. I don't need this.
I want this shit, fam. But I do miss it because now with the globalization of the league, I want to see the China Basketball Association winner versus one of the versus the Euro League winner versus the Russian League winner versus America. I think with the globalization of the league, I think that'd be dope.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I really do. I'm sorry. I don't think it ever happened again. But I thought that was one of the dope things because then I also see players that I thought probably never existed or people that's cold that you ain't even know. Like, Arvydas Sabonis been cold than a motherfucker, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He came to the league when he was broken down. If that nigga would have came when he got drafted in 84, we probably having a different conversation about a lot of players that's great. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was one of the things that I missed. I was like, man, fuck that McDonald's Open, man. I thought it was dope. Was there anything else for you that was eye-opening?
I didn't know Scotty's contract was so shitty. That's crazy. But so when did he sign that deal? He didn't sign that deal like his rookie deal. That was maybe a couple years after his rookie deal.
So I actually put an article up in the Some Dude Pod group. I'm going to go to it so I can explain it.
Yeah. Because
I don't think Scottie Pippen is a dumb person. I think he made a dumb decision. And I saw a lot of people that was talking about, like Jamel Hill, he's poor and all this shit. The only thing that I would say to that is his agent was even like, this ain't the move. You paid.
His agent was against the contract as well. I know Scotty was like, man, I want to look out for my family, look out for everybody in my corner, but I mean, yeah, this ain't it though. So that's go ahead, explain, man.
This ain't the move, fam. So I hate sometimes it's like when you try to look for some shit.
Yeah, but it's like that deal though. Like, I mean, 7 years, $18 million sounds like a lot of money, but I mean, the way it's split up.
I found it.
Yeah.
So CBS Sports, Sam Quinn at CBS Sports, they did an article. So I'm gonna read a couple of excerpts from it. If 25-year-old Scottie Pippen was up for a new contract in 2020, the negotiations would take 30 seconds. He'd be given a new deal with a max salary, but it was a lot different then. And when you think about it, the reason why the contracts are like this now is because of contracts like this. Because Mike's contract wasn't that great either. And Magic Johnson signed a 25-year, $25 million contract. It's the worst contract ever, ladies and gentlemen. Give a fuck with I don't give a fuck what y'all say about Scottie Pippen's contract. Magic Johnson is the most underpaid basketball player of all fucking time.
Oh my God.
And he got AIDS for fucking the wrong bitch.
And it ain't like Magic at the time. Like Magic didn't have endorsements and shit like Mike.
He did. He did. I don't give a fuck though. He's still a fucking he's the least paid superstar in the history of the world. This nigga got $1 million a year. That means when he came back from AIDS, he got $1 million.
That's nuts.
That's nuts, fam. You mean to tell me nigga ran the 80s and only got $1 million each year? Think about that, Mike. Fuck Scotty's contract real quick. Nigga, Magic Johnson got $1 million fucking from the Lakers every fucking year in the 80s. Who the dumb that was like, hey, you need this security. I want to be with the Lakers forever.
That's crazy.
Just give me $1 million, 25 years. I'm not going to finish 25 years. Maybe you give me $1 million after that. Nigga, Magic Johnson? Fuck out of here. That they should have just gave that nigga ownership.
So in hindsight, Scotty's deal ain't really as bad as we.
Man, if Magic Johnson got 25
compared to others,
nigga,
to Scott.
25 years, 25. Fuck, man. That. You know what? Let me shut the fuck up because I almost.
Yeah, go ahead.
I almost disrespected Magic Johnson, man. All right, so here's the part where like shit get weird, right? So what happened is that he had got hurt, right? He signed a 6-year rookie contract in 1987. The modern NBA first-year rookie deal was always about 4 years, with players gaining extension eligibility after the third. So after the third, that's when it's extension time. The Bulls were free to extend Pippen whenever they wanted, and fortunately for them, Pippen wanted that extension fairly quickly. And it was negotiated and signed after his 4th season. Now I'm going to explain to you why this is when knowing your worth has to supersede everything. Now, yes, Scottie Pippen grew up in a small town, 11 siblings. His father had a stroke, as you learned in the doc. In part 2, one of his brothers was disabled. They needed money. He wanted to make sure that they financially stable. So he had so much time left on his contract. He was like, fuck it. Let me get the money now. So basically, he thought what he was doing was the equivalent of winning the lottery. And instead of taking the annuity, let me get the upfront.
Yep.
This is where knowing your worth is important. The Cap okay. So negotiating with the Bulls with time left on his contract, he lacked any leverage.
Yep.
The Bulls could have waited. They're like, you sure, nigga? Even Jerry Reinsdorf said, you sure, nigga? But he was like, yeah, I gotta get it. All right. That's on you, bruh. So,
because he pretty much said that he wanted to, because ain't no telling when he could get injured and everything like that. I understand kind of like the way he was thinking, but yeah, continue, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, all right. The cap during the 1990-1991 season was around $11.9 million. By the time of his final season of the Bulls rolled around, it was more than double to $26.9. That was due to the popularity of the Bulls because of the television money. Playoff games was on tape delay in the 80s, 86. Michael Jordan come through, crushed the buildings. Now everybody in the league is getting the money. So the last finals where Pippen played before Pippen started negotiating his new deal, averaged around 17.2 million viewers. 1998 finals averaged over 29. So the popularity of the league, of course, was increasing. But Pippen couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to year 5. He couldn't wait to year 6. He couldn't wait to year 2. As soon as it was an opportunity for him to do that, he went for it. I'm going to tell you why that is important here. Very important to hear. So he signed a 5-year, $17 million deal. A 5-year, $18 million deal. But it didn't erase the final 2 years of the other contract, of his rookie contract. So he still had the rookie contract plus this extra 5, which meant that the contract, and I'm reading this, in truth, that meant that signing the contract committed Pippen to the Bulls for the 7 at $18 million that was spread it out in a total of 8 Why 8? Because Pippen signed the contract during the 1991 finals. The Bulls spent the entire 1990-91 season underneath the salary cap, reserving $1.6 million for Tony Kukoc, hoping that he'd join the team because he was drafted in the second round. But they was hoping that he did that shit in 1990-91, but he didn't do it. His ass stayed overseas, and the salary cap didn't roll over to the next, which kind of fucked up the Bulls because they either had to use it or lose it. The deadline of losing it was midnight of the day of which the last finals game was played. So they had to do something or lose that shit. Yeah. So Scotty took it. So the Bulls insisted that Pippen sign his contract early, so they won't get fucked up. By doing so, it allowed them to front load the money, adding that most of the $1.6 million to his 1991 salary. Adding most of it to that salary, so they wouldn't have to give him over anything basically more than what he ended up getting the following 7 seasons. So not only did he sign not only did he ask too quickly to fucking redo the deal, because of the way that the cap was situated, we need you to sign that now. Or we gonna lose that money, which in turn he like, oh no, you can't lose that money, give it to me. But here's the fucked up thing about that shit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knew that the contract was bad. His agents told him don't take the deal, according to Mark Spears. Reinsdorf admits on tape that he told Scotty not to sign that shit, is too long. Why? He know the money that we about to get when it comes to the TV deal. If anybody knows it, it's the owner. So I'm sorry. Yes, Pippen comes from Arkansas and he comes from a poor family. But when your owners and your agents say, don't take the money right now, I'm sorry. That's the hint to me to say, nah, I'm not going to take the money.
But why not renegotiate with him, though?
Because that's always been the rule for the Bulls not to renegotiate contracts. Go look at Mike's rookie contract.
Even though they know they screwing them.
Let me say this again.
Yeah.
Go look at Michael Jordan's contract. And go look at when Michael Jordan redid his contract. If there's a rule, if somebody tells you, hey, you signing this, but just remember, like, I don't renegotiate contracts till it's over. Because in the collective bargaining agreement, it allows you to say that.
Yep.
So in hindsight, yeah, he probably should have. But the rule was in place, and nigga, I told you not to sign the shit in the first place. How am I renegotiate some shit with you that I told you not to sign?
That's the funniest part, yo.
Yeah, that's the funniest part.
Jerry Rido's telling them, like, yo, don't do it. Because I'm not going to renegotiate with you later.
Nah.
Like, yeah, that's weird.
But let's go to when he re-signs the deal. Now, we say that he signs the deal in 1990-1991, right?
Yep.
So let's go to Scottie Pippen's numbers. Because I also believe that we're thinking of Scottie Pippen as what we think of Scottie Pippen right now.
Yep.
We're not thinking of Scottie Pippen in 1991. Hell, we're not even thinking about Scottie Pippen in 1989-90. In 1990-91, Scottie Pippen averaged 17.8 points per game. It's good, right?
Yep.
Second on the team. What money was he supposed to get, dude? With averaging 17.8.
And on top of that, he wasn't an all-star that year.
Oh, in 90 he was.
In 90, which year was
His
he all-star?
first year was 1990. So he was a one-time all-star.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is he played his hand too early. He got to the All-Star game. Yes, he did get hurt. He got to the All-Star game, and he was like, oh, shit, let me get the money now. And that's part of what fucked him up. Now, let me keep going. Now, as I said, owners and his agents was like, nah, I'm good. Pippen accepted the contract despite these warnings because His family needed the money, and he was not willing to risk losing such a relatively lucrative deal because of an injury. But as the years passed, he remained healthy and productive and began to understand that he fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a such thing as betting on yourself. He was unwilling to do that when the owner and his agents said bet on yourself. Two things could be right at the same time. Yes, he comes from a poor family and they need the money. But bet on yourself, nigga.
Yep.
Because now you're stuck in a contract that your owner has said, I'm not renegotiating the shit. Tough luck, nigga. And we can't think of, in hindsight, of what LeBron them would do. Like, I'm just going to hold the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I deserve, there's none of this shit. This is why basketball players, to me, have always been the most underpaid players. But that shit didn't start happening to me, in my opinion, until the mid-90s when the TV contracts become big. Because in the 80s, niggas was on crack playing basketball. It was a fucking tape delay. Nobody was watching the fucking NBA on Crooklyn. Reason why it was so late for them motherfuckers to watch goddamn Earl of Pearl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier in the Knicks, it wasn't because it was 9 o'clock. No, it's because it was 12 o'clock because you had to watch the 10 o'clock news. And then you had to watch the game.
Oh,
it was a tape delay.
Well, we talk about that with the Will Chamberlain shit?
Yes.
The 100-point game?
Yeah, like niggas didn't even tape the 100-point game.
Yeah.
The fucking league, my nigga, didn't start really pulling in heavy money until the Bulls started winning.
Yeah.
He didn't bet on himself. Now, did Scottie Pippen get paid? Yes. Matter of fact, Scottie Pippen got $20 more million than Michael Jordan in NBA money. You go look up Michael Jordan's contract when he resigned with the Bulls the first time. Even then, you will be like, damn, that's all Mike got? Would you like to know how much money and years Michael Jordan had on his contract when he resigned with the Bulls, Mike? Hold on. Because I think you're going to be like, huh? Not Mike. All right.
Yeah.
Let me go to it. Let me see. Hold on.
But all this in hindsight, though, everybody, this is the type of shit that fans, they look at the Bulls front office like sideways, like, damn. The two of the biggest players in NBA history had shitty contracts.
Man. Everybody had shitty contracts, G.
It's crazy out here, fam. It's crazy.
Everybody did, man. Hold on. Let me go.
But other than really getting like a real kind of like detailed look at Scotty's contract, that's like, everything else was pretty much like known knowledge. I know pretty much, going forward with part 3 and 4, 5 and 6, we're gonna peel back more layers and get to see more of the shit that that we didn't know about, and yeah, that's where we at with this thing, man.
Sad day, ain't it?
Sad day, but yeah. What was Big Mike making? I mean, Mike was good on money regardless, you know what I'm saying. But as far as basketball money, we know Mike wasn't really getting much.
So this is September. Matter of fact, this is '88.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, who pumped up pro basketball in Chicago, signed a new contract Tuesday with the Chicago Bulls. This is September 1988. Who will pay him an estimated $25 million over the next 8 years.
Yo, back in '88, that gotta sound like a lot of money. Like, it's just the sound of that.
What I'm saying to you, Mike, yes, it does. But you know why it also sounds that way? Because shit, Nigga, 2 years ago, niggas wasn't getting shit. Mm-hmm. Because the TV money wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Did the Bulls renegotiate with Michael Jordan during that time? No. 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 And while Michael Jordan was a bit upset about that, he knew that shit too. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, what the fuck else you gonna do? All I'm saying is that two things could be right at the same time. Yes, yeah. Scottie Pippen is poor, where it come from a poor family. His family is poor. They need the money and all that jazz. Yup. Dope. What I'm saying is that sometimes you have to be willing to bet on yourself. Mm-hmm. And he was not at the mindset of betting on himself just yet. He was still nervous. He was still timid. Mm-hmm. That showed with the migraine game in some people's opinions. Mm-hmm. It showed that he still wasn't ready yet. When his nuts dropped, that's when that nigga was like, oh, fuck, where's my money? Where the fuck is my money? And for those niggas who like, well, Michael Jordan should have been. Nigga, Michael Jordan signed an 8-year, $25 million contract. Mm-hmm. In 88. So Scottie Pippen, I'm sure he told Scottie Pippen, hey man, hey yo, I signed an 8-year, $25 million contract in 1988. Yeah. It's 1991. Don't take 7 years, $18 million. But you know what Jerry Krause said? Hey man, Michael Jordan signed an 8-year, $25 million contract. Am I supposed to pay you more than Michael Jordan? So let me ask you this, Mike. Knowing what you know that Jerry Reinsdorf said that he's not going to renegotiate contracts. Was Scottie Pippen supposed to get more than Michael Jordan in 1991 if he signed an 8-year, $25 million contract?
No.
Not at all. Yeah. That's the end of that shit right there. Yeah. Nigga, you barely getting 20.
Yeah, man.
Because Mike got this in 88. It's 3 years ago. 3. 3.
Yeah.
Imagine if Scottie Pippen would have got a contract bigger than Michael Jordan's in 1991.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy out here, man.
Mike, what would your uncle, what would your daddy would have said if them motherfuckers would have came across the screen and said, Scottie Pippen in 1981. Scottie Pippen signed the biggest contract in Bulls history today. Scottie Pippen signed a 7-year deal worth $26 million.
They would clearly think that the Bulls was out of their mind. I mean, that's just pretty much what that is. And there's nothing else to talk about here.
Fuck you talking about that nigga get paid more than Mike?
Yeah.
Less years and more money? Oh, fuck out of here. Yeah. All I'm saying is, man, he was stuck between the rock and the hard place. As soon as he was like, let's go ahead and do this now. Mm-hmm. That's it. Two things could be right at the same time. The next episode 3, is going to be around Dennis Rodman, it looks like. Wink, wink. Episode 4 is going to be around some things. Episode 5 is going to be around some things involving the Detroit Pistons.
Relax, man, relax.
Episode 6 is going to be about some things revolving around the playoffs and Michael Jordan's gambling habit, I think.
Okay.
I'm just guessing, man.
And yeah, just know. Like
I'm just thinking about things they should talk about.
Yeah, if everybody out there that's pretty much saying like, yeah, we already know, we already seen this, if they pretty much ain't showing everything that we already don't know and everything like that, just sit back, be patient. This is a 10-part documentary, guys.
I don't give a fuck what they like or don't like. I don't give a fuck. Stop watching now, then.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time, bitch.
Yeah, just relax. We go peel this thing back slowly, all right? And we go get all of everything that we need to get with this, man. And let's just enjoy this moment, especially in a time like this where we have pretty much sports is non-existent. So we just gonna sit back, relax, and we gonna enjoy watching this greatness unfold and be told from the eyes of the eyes that we haven't seen. So we haven't seen any of this. So as far as like the unseen footage from this season, sit back and relax and enjoy it. All right, it's coming. So yeah. Next Sunday, be in tune, be locked in. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be locked in. Be locked in.
Man, I don't give a fuck anyway. I'm watching. Fuck y'all niggas. All right, man. So then after Sunday, we got Monday. We actually got the battle.
Man, you said it wasn't gonna happen.
I thought it wasn't.
You can't. You threw it in the trash. You was like, fuck it. It ain't gonna happen. It's done.
I thought it was done. I didn't think. That's one of the reasons why we had to do this pod, because it happened. And it happened. So, Mike, I would like to know your thoughts on this battle. Who won before I hit y'all niggas with I told y'all niggas again. Go ahead.
Bang. I'm just gonna say I was excited when they said they was going, when they said the rematch was actually going down, and sooner than later, actually, I would assume that maybe they would have just took a whole another week, and then maybe it kind of would have died down after that. But, they came right back with it and said, yo, we doing this Monday night. Y'all lock in. We in here. So, I was excited. I was locked in, and I think I got lucky because I got in there before, like, it kind of like, I think it was freezing up because I have a work phone and then I have my regular phone too. So I watch
a work phone.
Yeah, we out here 2 iPhones. Don't trip though. Don't trip. But I was watching it on my work phone, and then I was in there like early. So I think it kind of like once the room kind of like built up and it was like more people getting into it, like it was freezing up. Even I was trying to look at it on my regular phone and then it was freezing, but I'm watching it on my work phone. So I'm like, all right, well, some people say it was freezing. I'm like, well, y'all ass out. So, but they had the shit streaming all over Facebook and everything like that. So we was able to, one way or another, you was able to watch it.
Yeah.
If you was watching it on your desktop, you watching it on YouTube. They had it streaming on YouTube, on Facebook and everything. So it was cool. Like you go in, Babyface got the velour jacket on. He got the candles in the background. He got the Grammy sitting in the background. We like, all right, we ready. The first thing we want to know is where the fuck is Teddy Riley gonna be at? Teddy Riley in the fucking studio. Thank God. It's still some other people in the studio.
No, Mike. It
What?
was actually on Teddy first.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was on Teddy first. It was on Teddy first, and then we was getting and then he tapped in
Babyface. Still couldn't
Babyface.
find niggas.
Still right. Oh, it was the jokes was writing itself right from the fucking jump. Where's Teddy? I mean, where's Babyface, guys? Where's Babyface? He's trying to it ain't working. It ain't working. I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. So, everybody, it's just, I don't know, bro. I don't know, what is it, like old folks with technology? Is that what this is? Like, what's going on? Like, what? Why can't we get this thing smoothly rolling? So the first 5 to 6 minutes, the jokes was already flowing. They was already coming out. Then Babyface gets in there. Then like we got the setting. The setting is set. It's ready. We good. So now we about to get these songs, and then they went right into it, man. Yeah, they kind of switched up the line. They switched up from how they did, how they went on Saturday from the first 3 songs that actually did get played. So I thought the battle was actually kind of close, man. If I was scoring it, I scored it close, low key.
Okay.
I scored it low key close. We got some jams, and shit didn't get played. Shit didn't get played from both sides, so it's kind of like,
I mean, it was 20 songs. Of course, shit not gonna get played.
It was 20 songs, and then at the end, I don't even really know what happened at the end. I don't know what songs like went up against each other at the end. So, but at the end of the day, though, bang, I enjoyed it. That's it, bang. I enjoyed it. I was cool with it. 500,000 people are watching a live stream of songs that
at one time, 4 million.
At one time, yeah, 4 million people at one time, all over the internet, watching some 2 legends go back and forth playing hits. I was cool with it, man. It was a moment.
Oh, I'm on ESPN 1000 right now. I think I'm airing right now. I did a pod with Jonathan Hood today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna be on ESPN 1000.
Okay. Oh. Nice.
Hey.
Okay.
All right. So, let me hit y'all niggas with I told y'all so real quick. I get we thirsty, man, to see our favorite people go neck and neck over this music.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't want it to be janky, too. We can't have our cake and eat it, too, in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all niggas that niggas want they shit played at the most optimal ways possible, and it can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I said we were supposed to get high quality drug dealer and the R&B from Teddy Riley, and we got that.
Mm-hmm.
We got that R&B thug nigga from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? The mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s and shit. Where you could still be a nigga and wear a 3-piece suit.
Mm-hmm.
And still smack a bitch. Mm-hmm. And sell some yuppie, some cocaine. Mm-hmm. But we also got the smooth grooves from from Babyface. Mm-hmm. The nigga played Rocksteady last night from the Whispers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think he was gonna play that bitch, and that shit's a bop.
Mm-hmm.
No, steady wrecking all night long.
Mm-hmm.
But Instagram Live ain't for that. Instagram Live is for our thirst. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, right now, Instagram Live for this is like OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. For the thirsty nigga that don't get no pussy. It is. Mm-hmm. Instagram Live for these battles is like OnlyFans for a thirsty nigga that don't get no pussy. Now, if you get pussy and you subscribe to an OnlyFans page, that's you. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to judge you. But if you don't get no pussy and you subscribe to an OnlyFans page, that means you're thirsty to see pussy and titties. That's what these battles are.
That's an interesting analysis.
These battles are for IG. Like, we're thirsty for content, nigga. We're thirsty.
The pandemic, man.
It's
the pandemic got us fucked up.
So I get it. I get it. Mm-hmm. But when I'm listening to Teddy Riley, Babyface, if I'm listening to the RZA or Premier or anybody, and I keep hearing the song going in and out because the shit got to be at the right spot.
Yeah.
No.
That's the only thing about it. It's like, you know, some shit going in and out, man. Like whether their Wi-Fi, goes in and out or whatever is going on with their
Wi-Fi,
phones. It's like that's really the only thing with it, man. Like it's not gonna be perfect on IG.
So I gotta have Comcast Business for this shit.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I said this to my man L. I said this on the pod that we didn't put up, so I'm gonna say it today. Mm-hmm. The way we know Versus is dead, or it should be, it has to evolve now. We're at the evolving point because 4 million people looked at that shit. If it's true, they fucked up the bandwidth in Instagram. And that's why shit was going wrong. Because niggas was so very much waiting to see Babyface and Teddy Riley. Niggas got a fucking history lesson. And we saw a whole different side of Babyface that we didn't even know existed.
Babyface was sonning Teddy Riley.
Sonning
them. Like, oh yeah, I didn't know you did that. That's cute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't do remixes.
Put
I don't think you playing for
guitar on your
remix.
ass.
Right. Nigga pulled out the guitar. This is my white song.
Dog, I think that's when Instagram shut down. Instagram knew what they was doing. When Teddy Riley, when Babyface was like, yeah, this is my white song right here.
My white song right here, fam.
Like, cut this shit.
Like, I was like, oh, Babyface a nigga, for real. Matter of fact, let's keep it a buck, Mike.
Yeah.
That was the first time in recorded history a celebrity said that song is their white song. Now, we've said that shit.
I've never heard that before in my life.
You ain't never heard nobody say that shit?
I don't
or at least say, that's the song he made for the white people.
I've never actually heard anybody directly say it. Like, directly.
Bro, okay, directly say it. You've heard, us say it.
Oh, yeah, I heard us say it. Yeah,
okay.
I'm not about... No, I mean like an artist.
Right.
Like, I don't know heard an artist... First time an artist actually say that, and he said it directly. He didn't say it like... He didn't try to sugarcoat it. He said, this is my white song. This for the white people. It's like... Babyface a fool, fam. Babyface is a fool, yo. But yeah, so it's not the IG shit. It's not gonna be picture perfect. It ain't. It's not gonna be picture perfect at all, bang.
Nigga.
You know. But I don't know how some way somehow they can evolve this thing. They hollering they want to do pay-per-views type style.
I ain't doing no pay-per-view shit, but you saw what Dr. Dre did.
Dr. Dre pretty much got on there
you
Teddy
posted it.
Riley.
I was like, I hope somebody caught that shit.
Yeah, I was watching it. I still stayed. I was in there with Teddy Riley. I was in Teddy Riley's live after the whole thing was over. After he played Michael Jackson, I think he played Remember the Time, and then after that, he had got Dr. Dre on the phone and everything like that. He had him on FaceTime, and then he put him on the camera, and then he was pretty much going back and forth with him, saying that Swiss and them reached out to him, and he just kind of told him like, yeah, we'll see, but he don't think that's for him. So. I mean, everybody hollering. We waiting for Dr. Dre to get on here. Now they hollering Dr. Dre versus Diddy. I don't really see it. I can see Diddy getting on there, but like Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri was like the first talks. Now they want Dr. Dre versus Diddy.
No.
Dr. Dre, I mean, it's supposed to be Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri. That was the first talk. Now,
Mike,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't happening.
Mike, why you think Dr. Dre said this ain't for me?
Because of the jankiness of it. Like, he could see the shit already. Like, I think Teddy Riley probably fucked it up. Teddy Riley probably fucked it up for the first go around.
Do you remember what I said during the pod? That we didn't finish. That we fixed. I said that the Teddy on Saturday. Mm-hmm. I said on Saturday that was the test.
Yeah, to see if this could be something bigger than we could take this, evolve it.
No.
What you mean?
I said this is the test. If everything goes well, then you would see a Dr. Dre. How you gonna say some shit's not for you that you watching? That's like, I don't really want to fuck this bitch, but I'm horny right now. So that nigga ain't horny, so he ain't got to scratch that itch.
Yeah.
But if shit would have worked out Saturday, I truly believe that the next battle would have involved Dr. Dre. The nigga called up Teddy Riley and heard him in the background. Yeah, nigga, I'm excited to see this shit, my nigga. Two legends, all that shit. Yeah, I can't wait to see this shit. Yeah, fuck around. California love, ho. Shit. Dre Day, Compton, 1. He said that shit Saturday.
Yeah.
Monday.
This ain't for me.
This ain't for me. The fuck changed? What changed, Andre Young? What changed? You saw this. I ain't doing that shit like that. Nah. Fucking Saturday, yeah. You mean Joe? Yeah, shit.
Teddy just did the utmost, though. He just did the utmost with the first go around.
Because Dre was ready to do the same fucking shit.
Dre about to. So Dre, what can possibly Dre do more than what Teddy Riley did? What would Dr. Dre be up there doing?
Oh, well, nigga, I'm glad that you said that. Of course, he's not going to have a fucking band, but that nigga was going to have a keyboard.
Like Scott Storch did. Scott Storch had a keyboard.
And he's going to have his DJ equipment. Wicked. I want to show y'all that I did some of these beats that y'all talking about. I ain't really do everything. Nigga. Dre Day, Arrivederci. Yeah. Dre Day. You heard what I said? Dre Day, Arrivederci. As soon as he saw that shit on Saturday, he's like, nah, Arrivederci, I'm out. Bye. Swiss, nah. You can use my name to say, who would you like to see? But I'm not going to be one of them people.
Hey. He said it ain't for him, but you know what I'm saying, we'll talk. That's what he said. So you're telling me there's a chance.
If the shit improves, yes. Who the fuck? Look, that's why they talking about, the next battle going to be Havoc and Alchemist. Oh, we got to dumb it back down. This is for us. That battle's for us.
But they haven't even set that one in stone yet. They got they haven't signed the paperwork on that one yet.
But
we would assume that's going to be the next one. Though.
Right, but even though that's for us. That's for the hip hop niggas. Yeah. That ain't for everybody else.
Yeah, that ain't gonna crash. That ain't gonna crash.
Yeah, they ain't gonna crash shit.
But we know Diddy vs. Dr. Dre will crash.
No. Nigga, if you telling me that the bandwidth for Instagram was fucked up for Teddy Riley and Babyface, You get Puff Puff versus Dr. Dre.
No, you could get 1 million. They could probably hit 1 million on IG Live, yo.
And we gonna be complaining like a motherfucker, nigga.
Because we gonna be able to see this shit, because this shit gonna be frozen.
Fucking shit freezing. Why the fuck is it freezing, Zuckerberg?
Shit ain't built for this. Shit ain't built for this, though.
So, the 4 million people, the 550,000 on one time proved to me that this cannot go on the way that this went on because the platform ain't big enough to support it. Simple and plain. And it's okay. Why is it okay? Because when shit grow and improve, you have to make... When shit grow, you got to make improvements. If you don't, we all fuck. So it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Teddy Riley had it right all along. Let's do it on my website.
But I thought it was a dope battle though. It was close. I had it close. Babyface won to me.
I ain't pick none.
You ain't pick none?
Nah, because Teddy Riley. Well, see, here's this thing. Teddy Riley automatically lost 2.
Why?
Because of Keith Sweat.
Yo, can you tell the quick story?
Okay.
Tell the story real quick. Bang has an issue, guys. Bang has a problem with Keith Sweat, like a personal vendetta. This is past.
This is last time I'm gonna tell his story.
All right,
if you don't listen to this pod, I'm not even cutting this as a short. If you don't, because I told this shit earlier today. But if you don't listen to this pod, you'll never know why I don't like Keith Sweat. Okay. It all revolves around the word bitch. Don't no black man wants to be ever be called the word bitch.
Bang, you there?
Y'all almost lost me to the point where I ain't tell a story.
I was about to say, wait, go ahead. No black man wants to be called a bitch.
No black man wants to be called a bitch. Not even in a joking manner.
Absolutely.
No black man out, man, get your bitch ass out of here, nigga. What? Yeah, nah, we good.
Nah, we not doing that.
So I moved to Atlanta.
I don't think this story is meant to be told.
Probably not, man. I'm just gonna keep these headphones in my ear. I'm just gonna do it from there.
Yeah.
So I was working at the Best Buy in Alpharetta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I had moved there from Chicago. We was doing music. Me, Kemp from the port. A nigga Raw, his brother. We had all moved to Atlanta. I just transferred jobs. So one day I come into the store and my manager at the time, this old white dude, he was like, "Yo, Keith Sweat is here." And I'm like, Keith Sweat? Like, yeah, Keith Sweat's here. What the fuck you know about what you know about Keith Sweat? I don't know, but I know he's spending $10,000 worth of appliances right now. So go help him out. So okay. So the dude, I think his name was Maurice. Yeah, his name was Maurice actually, yeah. Maurice was new in Best Buy and the department. So he wanted me to help Maurice get the shit done. Right? So I go over to Keith Sweat, and I know somebody's gonna say what I said was offensive, but I meant it in a joking manner and he took it as a joke. I walk up to Keith Sweat. I was like, "Oh shit, Keith Sweat, man, you was the shit back in 1985, 1986. What's good?"
Oh, that's what you said to him?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a compliment, but at the same time, it's like, all right, go ahead, continue the story.
But he knew I took it in a joking manner because I was like, "Nah, I'm fucking with you, G. What's good?"
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, man. But that's how he talks. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not even like a dry shit. That's literally, that nigga talks like he sings.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to the Sweat Hotel now, you're going to be like, oh, that's just him talking slow with that voice. It's the Sweat Hotel. Like, yeah, whatever. So we small talking his shit because I'm helping him out with his shit. It was just a little icebreaker, but I'm helping out with shit. So he just randomly asked me if I did music, and I was like, yeah, actually. So he said, go. He's like, bring me your shit. Oh, word? Okay. So I called Cam like, yo, because they dropped me off at work. I was like, yo, you got to double back and have a CD on you. Well, we only got one CD. What's up? Like, man, Keep Sweat on our shit. Keep Sweat. And he had a production company. He always did. So shit, they doubled back. And they was like, what's up? I was like, yeah, you up here buying appliances and shit. So he had a hanger on, a manager, whatever. His name was Lee. So I was like, shit. He said, give it to Lee. I gave him all the information. He gave us his number and everything. Mm-hmm. So it was like, all right, cool. He's like, give it time because, we got a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to get to it and we'll holler at you. I'm like, all right, So it was this chick that worked in Best Buy. Light skinned. I don't want to say she light skinned. She was caramel complected, like Beyonce color. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, if she get a nice little tan, ooh, but she good the way she look. Yeah. Sandy blonde hair, nice little ass. Bad at the time in 2005, she's top 5 baddest females I ever seen in my life in person. Mm-hmm. I worked with her. I was intimidated, like, shit, I just go do a little small talk. But I was a little nervous because I'm like, yo, this shorty bad. And I don't know about these Atlanta chicks yet, so let me just play around with it, jump in here, there. Yeah. Keith Sweat sees her, and that nigga tries to get into first album mode. He's trying to grab on her, touch on the hug on the shit. He on this, can I get a hug? Shit. Mm-hmm. She grabs on me and hugs on me. She tells me, Lee just stick right here. Okay. I'm cool with that shit. Yeah. But she ain't like, I'm thinking like, yo, it's Keith Sweat. Like, you should go. This nigga may make it last forever. Like, let's go. Mm-hmm. She wasn't going, Mike. Mm-hmm. So we sell him the appliances. Mm-hmm. We sell him the appliances and shit and all of that. And from there, we're good. Mm-hmm. Like, we good. All right, cool. So, about 3 weeks pass. Like 3-4 weeks pass or whatever. And he calls about the appliances. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he's used the appliances and now wants to return them because he found a better deal at H.H. Gregg. Okay. This is 3 weeks and he's used the appliances.
Okay, so what's the return policy on here?
It was a special order that we got him, Mike. Yeah. So that's 25% restocking fee. Okay. He don't like that shit at all. Mm-hmm. Oh, nah, brother. Can you go ahead and hook me up, man? Nah, I can't. My hands are tied once you get special order. Mm-hmm. Now, I know you could do something, man. Like, you know who I am, right? Yeah, I know who you are. Like, my hands are tied, G. Like, we could do this return. They could come up in there and uninstall it and everything. But it's a 25% restocking fee. It is what it is on it, G. Oh, nah. I'm not paying that shit. Oh, I mean, ain't nothing else I could do, Mr. Sweat. Mm-hmm. Like, it is what it is. Nah, y'all not gonna take my money. Nah, like
he comes in the store. Or you call?
No, he's on the phone.
Okay, yeah,
he's on the phone.
Go ahead.
Which makes what I'm about to say even worse, because he didn't say this shit in my face. He said that shit over the phone. He's like, nah, man, give me your manager. I'm like, I'm just telling you, my manager gonna say the same thing. He's like, man, get your bitch ass off the phone. Ooh. I said, huh? Ooh. Nah, man, you heard me. Get your bitch ass off the phone.
Yeah?
Right there. I say, okay. I said, and he said it one more time. I say, fam, if I ever see you again, I'm going to whoop your ass. And my manager was helping out another couple. That's why he couldn't take the phone in the first place. So he heard me say that shit. He was like, whoa, Lee, what's going on? I said, man, this dude just told me to get my bitch ass off the phone, fam. Like, I ain't on that shit. So pause. I'm from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. I'm working in the Best Buy in Alpharetta. This is the store that all the celebrities on that side of town come to. Bobby and Whitney, Usher and Chili. I told them if Ric Flair come in this bitch, only time you're going to see me stand. I called Usher a bitch, not to his face. And I didn't mean to call him a bitch. I just said that people was acting like, Usher was a god and shit. He is just a man. I ain't calling him a bitch. I just said, fuck Usher. He's a man just like me. And Usher just so happened to walk past me when I said it. I didn't mean fuck Usher, but that's how many people just come in. Kevin Willis used to come in that bitch with the longest do-rag I ever seen.
Bang, what if Keith Sweat come do voices?
So, let me tell you about the first time I saw Keith Sweat. After that, it was the morning, Mike, remember the Morning Riot, I think, 2nd anniversary concert?
Yeah. Who was at that one?
I think it was Young Jock or some shit.
Okay. I remember the first one. I don't know if I remember the second.
Maybe it's the first or the second one. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But Keith Sweat was there.
Okay.
So, shouts out to Angie Grosick. I rode with her. Because she said she was going, I'm meeting up with Sherm. Right here. So, go kick it with Sherm. All right, boom, boom, boom. So, I go back downstairs. Somebody says Keith Sweat is in the building. My hand balls up like the fucking...
Like Arthur?
Like Arthur. And he walks kind of behind me to get to the stage. I was in snuff distance.
Could have snuffed him.
But this is like 2010, this is like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
I can't fuck up my career right now. This is a good position. So I calm the fuck down. And then plus there's too many people in that bitch. But I saw him in 2018. I was in Atlanta. My company does this like PD meeting type shit.
Yeah.
And like all the labels come through. And like they bring their artists, like the artists that they pushing. They might perform in front of us and all that. But basically, they're just pushing songs and shit. Label and all that. And they have indie people come through too. So it was one meeting we wasn't in because we had to do a session with the online editors to work. I hear that nigga laugh. I say, what the fuck? Now we're in the Omni Hotel in Atlanta. And on like the second or third floor I think we was on, they got a little open area.
Yeah.
I just so happened to see him in that open area. My boss knows this story. I don't think he took it seriously until he saw my face with the opportunity to go confront Keith Sweat. My boss grabs me and brings me in the other room. And I was like, man, fuck this dude, fam. I told you. He was like, JR, I did not take the story seriously. I thought you was exaggerating, but I saw your body language in your face. When you saw that was Keith Sweat, I know who Keith Sweat is, so I knew to put you in the other position before you fuck it up for everybody. Fuck this dude, man. Like, nah. Don't nobody call you no bitch, especially over the phone. And that means if a man call you a bitch, especially over the phone, when they know you probably ain't gonna see him, they think it's sweet.
Yep. That's all that was.
That's all that was.
Keith Sweat thought it was sweet.
He thought it was sweet, so fuck him.
He thought he would never ever see you again.
Yes. And the crazy thing about it is, we almost did a concert with him. And I told them I can't be there.
That is hilarious.
So that's why he called me a bitch, told me to get my bitch ass off the phone. On the phone. He didn't say this shit to me in my face. Fuck him. Forever. That first album is a classic. Can't stand off of it. I fucked so many bitches off that album. Old heads and chicks my age. But fuck him. And the rest of them albums was huff. Twisted is a terrible song.
Ooh, you hate Keith Sweat, but I disagree. But
Fuck
it's okay.
Twisted. And I hated Twisted before he called me a bitch ass nigga.
Ooh,
All he got is that first album. Fuck everything else.
I ain't mad at that.
He destroyed Cut Close's career. Fuck him. I'm not joking either. Fuck dude.
So Teddy Riley was canceled because he played Keith Sweat. So
Yes,
I understand.
He lost those 2 rounds. So if that's the case, Babyface won.
That's a good story. That's a good story. But
That's
yeah.
it. That's
I don't ever remember you telling me that story. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna get that story.
I called my niggas back at the crib that work at Best Buy. Was like, yo, I called them that night. Because you can, if you work at any store at the time, I don't know if the phones changed, but you could just dial a couple of numbers and then it go to that store.
Yeah.
So we'll still talk. I'll go check on my people at Chicago at the Best Buy in North Riverside. I was like, yo, Francisco, this nigga Keith Sweat called me a bitch. He was like, yo, so what happened, Holmes? I called and my man Joe, matter of fact, Joe asked Joe the story.
All right.
Next time you talk, Joe know why I hate Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, he don't like that nigga. I called, and Joe and my nigga Francisco, both of them was in the store, and I called them the night that it happened. They was like, man, calm down, fam. Like, no, fuck that nigga.
Y'all Best Buy niggas crazy.
We are. But that's why I'm not gonna tell the story again. If you ain't listened to the pod, don't ask me when I put up that bum ass R&B nigga. Don't even ask me. This shit is right here. It's documented on the pod. Check it out. Fuck that nigga. It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. That's what it is, though. But anything else, babe?
Nah, man. That's it, man. It's a great way to end the pod. Yeah. So I just can't wait to watch these episodes. These next couple of episodes, and then I can't wait to watch the last 2 when it come on ESPN.
This nigga's dumb as hell. This shit, oh my, only if y'all know what I know, man. Just know. All right, jump. Hey, any hot takes? You got a hot take, man?
No, you know what? My hot take is not really a hot take. I've always said that I believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. My only hot take is that Jerry Krause was not wrong in what he wanted to do. He was wrong at how he wanted to go about it. And I think that Jerry Krause forever fucked up the Bulls because of his vanity. I think every owner the best owners allow their employees to do their thing as long as they see the plan. I just think his plan was terrible. As I had stated in the Some Dude group, if the Bulls, I'm going to tell you 2 things that the Bulls could have done and we would have been straight, my nigga. Well, number 1, they could have traded Scottie Pippen ass in 1994 for Sean Kemp. When they had the chance, they offered Sean Kemp a pick for Scottie Pippen. Or it was numerous trades that they passed up.
Scotty sat on a trading block for a long time.
Shit, for the whole title run.
Shit, the whole title run, Scotty was on the
trade
block.
Except for 94, 95, and 95, 96. Anything else, he was on the trade. If he would have traded Scottie Pippen and got back a star and a pick, if he would have did that Seattle joint, we've been straight. Because I think also Sean Kemp don't get on cocaine. At the time.
Yeah.
But it was a couple of moves that they could have done that would have helped out. So that's 1. 2, if they would have drafted better, I think that they would have put themselves in a position to have young pieces around Mike that could have grown up, and then when Mike leaves in, let's say, 2000, we could carry on. We don't continue winning at the Mike goes, but we still winning 45, 50 games.
You draft better. You know you got young players around, and you won't have to have these talks about one to blow the whole team up and then restart. If you already got the young players around that Mike and Scotty could groom, you know what I'm saying, like that, then that's the kind of like passing the torch to the younger guys, and not just we just gonna send y'all off, feel this your last year, that thing like that. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So like if you look at the Bulls draft picks, like starting in 91, like Byron Houston, fucking Dragon Tarlick, Corey Blunt, which was decent, Jason Caffey. Jason Caffey might have been the best Bulls draft pick during their title runs.
He was solid.
Yeah, but that's your best pick? That's your best pick?
Yeah.
Look. I challenge anybody to look at the Bulls draft picks starting in 1991. Not 1990 when you got B.J. Armstrong. I think they had got B.J. Armstrong, Scott Williams, and Stacey King, in back-to-back years. And, Stacey King was an All-American at Oklahoma. Scott Williams was great at North Carolina. And B.J. Armstrong, I think he played for Iowa. I wonder if that rumor that he fucked Phil Jackson's daughter was true. But anyway, starting in the 1990-91 season, look at the draft picks that was made between that and the last year that they won the championship. They didn't use the draft to do anything but either get 6 fouls, Dickie Simpkins, or just get people just to say that you got them, trade people use them as trade bait like Byron Houston, or really just traded them and had them sit for a year and they didn't do anything with them but play them in the preseason. Corey Williams. If you draft better and hell, stash them overseas for 2 or 3 years and then bring them over. I don't give a fuck. But if you draft better, the Bulls are the San Antonio Spurs, where you had David Robinson to Tim Duncan, and Kyrie was the 15th pick in the NBA draft. You're not going to hit on everybody with the 28th, 29th, 30th pick, but you finesse and you make some trades that you could get there. They didn't fuck with the draft at all. Them niggas went and was like, yo, we about to get Darryl Walker with a 2-year deal. Let's go get Trent Tucker, Rodney McCray, Judd Bushler.
Judd Bushler had a heater, though.
Yeah, but the thing is you could have got you a young player that you could have developed that heater and still won with Mike.
Yep.
You went and kept grabbing wily veterans. And that's it. So my hot take is, while Jerry Krause wasn't all the way wrong, he was wrong in how he went about it, because he alienated the greatest coach of all time and the greatest player of all time in the same year. Don't nobody want to come to Chicago that's a star if that's your history. But I also believe that the Bulls are on the uptick because depending on who they get as a GM, they have to get somebody that's relatable to the players.
Mike
wink,
Finley?
wink, Mike Finley. You
Mm-hmm.
got to get somebody like Mike Finley, who's also, it looks like, been shown to have been doing a good job as a VP with Dallas.
Yeah.
Also, you got somebody that's great because he did a great job with the Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get you a coach. I think this documentary does more to help the Bulls get over the hump because the only person that's there is Jerry Krause. Jerry Reinsdorf. Only person. But if you know that he's going to let the VP do his thing because he let Jerry Krause do his thing, and this nigga's actually good, okay, let me go ahead and try this out. So I think this is going to do better. This is going to do good for the Bulls in the long run. I believe, I'm not saying that a championship is coming, but I'm saying that brighter things are ahead.
Okay. That's what it is, man. Some Dude Pod. Y'all be sure to drop that review. And be sure, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and join the conversation on Facebook, the group, #SomeDoPod. Follow us on Instagram, SomeDoPod, @MikeB_CHR, @JRBang. And yeah, that's what it is, man. We out of here.
Yo, it's your girl, Night Cal. And this is Some Podcast. We out. Peace.